Hi, Gary LaFrancois, oldbadassdrummer.net, and today's tutorial is going to be kind of changing how we apply the drag to some of the rudiments. The rudiments we'll be looking at will be the drag paradiddle number 1, the drag paradiddle number 2, and then a couple of the rudiment cues as well. Okay, let's get started. Drag paradiddle number 1 traditionally is played like this, phrased in 3 or in 6, so it would sound something like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. What I'd like to do is take the drag, I'd like to spread it out a little bit more and make it more of a triplet. And to play that triplet as say a third level of dynamics in that rudiment, you'd have the accented note, the little tap triplet, right? And then you would have the normal dynamic of the paradiddle. So it would sound like this. Okay. You can play it as 1 L 2 and 3 and 4 L 5 and 6 and 1 L 2 and having it sound literally like a triplet. But I kind of, like I said, I kind of like having that that third kind of pattery dynamic in there. It makes it, I think it really adds a lot to that, especially when you apply this to the drum kit. The second thing I'd like to do with this is I'd like to put an accent on the end of 2. So instead of playing it, we'd have the accent on the end of 2, 1 L 2 and 3 and 1 L 2 and 3 and so that kind of sets up like a polyrhythmical, like a 3/2 kind of, well, it would be that 3/2. And so that's kind of interesting to be able to do that on the kit as well. The drag paradiddle number 2 is played traditionally 1 and 2E and a 1 and 2E and a. Let's put those triplets in. We're going to put the accent on the E of 2, so it would be and then that also makes it a very interesting thing to be able to maybe put the accents on the tom-toms or put the other notes on the tom-toms and accent in the snare drum. They are really great for setting up figures, those kind of things. Let's see, the next would be the single rudiment cue. Traditionally would be played this way. 1 and L 2 and L 1 and L 2. So let's open that up a little bit. And what that kind of turns into is sort of like a double paradiddle with a real quiet diddle. Double paradiddle. Single rudiment cue. A double rudiment cue is played traditionally 1 and 2 and 1 and, actually no, that's not right. It would be 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1. Spreading those out. Now, if you were to kind of play the single and the double rudiment cue, mix them up a little bit, you could come up with some pretty interesting little ideas. Done in 2 and 3 and 4 and something else that you can do with this concept is you can go back through some of the older rudimental texts, like well, not older, when this was written in the 40s. So I guess, yeah, I guess like 80 years ago. Charles Wilcoxon, any of his material would be great to use the same kind of technique, concept rather, of opening up the drags into more like triplets. Hope you liked the video. Drop me a line if you did, and we'll see you next time.